Hey friends, it's Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a card making project here for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop, and I'm going to be using a bunch of different products. This is the My Favorite Things Birth Yay stamp set. I've also got the dies, and I'm also going to be using this Lawn Fawn Wavy Sayings stamp set, and also the Wavy Fancy Banners dies. I'm going to be using the one with the stitching on it. And here I'm just showing you the Lawn Fawn Wavy Saying stamps. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday sentiment here. And I'm also going to be using a few of these Doodlebug shape sprinkles in the hearts. This is my finished card using the My Favorite Things stamp, and here you can see the smaller one. So I'm going to be doing a couple of different cards today, and I'm going to take you through that process. I'm going to start off here with some 80-pound Nina Solar White cardstock and some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I am going to use my alcohol markers to color this little image here, which is so adorable. You could use any tools that you have for coloring. I know that Joy has alcohol markers over in the shop, and I'm going to put some music on here so that you can watch while I'm coloring this, and I'll see you back. Okay, so that is almost it for my Copic markers here. I'm going to just finish up a few little spots, including the little cupcake here, which I wanted to use some pinks for that. And I'm just going to top off my little cupcake here with a little cherry, and all of my Copic marker coloring is basically going to be done for this card. So just some really simple coloring here, nothing too fancy, and just using the markers from my stash. Now I took a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock here, and I'm going to use a bunch of different Distress Oxide inks to create my background for my card. Now, it depends on what kind of a look you want. I mean, you could go with all the same color and do an ombre look. Totally up to you. I wanted to use a variety of greens for the bottom of my card and a variety of yellows for the top. So you're just going to see me going in here with these amazing brushes, these blending brushes here that I know Joy did have in the shop. I'm not sure if they're still in stock, but you can check it out. They're Picket Fence brushes, and they are called the Life Changing brushes. They're super, super fun to blend with. And I'm also going in here on my yellow part on the top with a little bit of blue. So it just kind of creates the idea of some greenery on the bottom and some yellow and blue sky on the top. Now I have cut that out with a scallop die from my stash, and I also use, I can't remember if I did this already or if I'm going to do it, but I am going to spritz that panel with some shimmer spritz and create a really glittery front on my card. Now I'm going in with some Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkle and shine to all of my little critters here. And I also added some Nouveau Glaze to my little balloon as well. So there you can see that card panel front is all done here. And like I said, I did spritz it with a product called Sheer Shimmer Spritz from Imagine Crafts, and it just creates a really nice shiny base for my card front for that panel. And I just really like how that finishes it off, and it just stresses the Distress Oxide ink a little bit, it activates it just to give it a little bit of depth and dimension. And I'm going to pop up my little image here that I've colored with my Copic markers on a little bit of foam adhesive. And I'm just going to take the release paper off the back of that and place this. I'm going to kind of try to center this as best I can using that. I guess the farthest most point on the left is the balloon and the hippo's nose. So I'm going to just kind of get that centered on my card front here. And I'm liking how that's looking so far. I'm just going to go in with my white gel pen and add a few little highlights and dots here and there just to add a little bit of extra detail to some of the little different portions of my card. I always like to do this. I just feel like it adds just a little bit of extra pizzazz to your cards that just makes them a little more finished looking. And I'm just going to add random dots here and there all over the different critters and different spots on the critters, and so on till I'm happy with how that looks. Now, here I am adding the Nouveau Crystal Glaze. I thought I had already done that, but I'm just going to add this to my balloon just to make the balloon have some dimension. And I'm also going to add that to a few other spots like the top of my cupcake. And then I'm also going to add some Nouveau glitter drops in White Blizzard, and I'm just showing you that here. I always like to add a little bit of glitter to my cards whenever it sort of like lends itself to that. This is obviously quite a bit more whimsical than if there was a bunch of flowers or something like that, and I just like the idea of adding some glitter glue to my cards. And this Nouveau Glitter Drops product is really fun to work with. It's really easy to work with, and I like the viscosity of the product. It's really easy. It doesn't come out too quickly or anything like that. It doesn't jam up in the top or the lid, and it's just really fun and easy to use. Now here's that fancy wavy banner die. I really like it because it adds the little stitching detail, and I've just die cut that from some white cardstock, and now I'm just going to take my sentiment and stamp that on there. So you have to do it like this because the banner die obviously is solid. So in order to see where you're actually stamping the sentiment, you have to cut the border out first and then stamp the sentiment on top. And that's the beauty of having a repositionable stamping tool in your stash. This is a Tim Holtz platform. Obviously, it's the travel size, and I really love this. It makes life a lot easier for stamping. I've just stamped that out now with some black ink, and I have popped it up on some foam adhesive. And now this card is actually all finished, and I'm going to go ahead and start my second card. My second card is a little 3x3 card. I just thought I'd make a smaller card here just for something a little bit different. I'm going to stamp out this is not a hippo. This is a rhino. If I called this a hippo before, obviously I was wrong. I believe this is a rhinoceros based on the large horn on the front of it. Super cute. And I'm going to just stamp these images out, and I'm going to color them off camera. You watch me do a bunch of Copic coloring already. I'm just going to use the same method, and I'm going to stamp out a cute little birthday sentiment on here, and my card is going to be all finished once my coloring's done. This is really, really simple. Here's my 2 finished cards. I love how they turned out. Please make sure that you stop over at the shop and check out all of the fun card making supplies. I will leave a link in the description box below to the Scrapbook Nerd shop, so you can go and check out all of the fun stuff for card making. And thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day, everybody. Bye-bye.